Marc Márquez once again wrote his name into MotoGP history with a resounding victory at the 2025 German Grand Prix. Not just one, but two victories in one go. A clean sweep in the sprint race and the main race, with a nearly flawless performance. Márquez displayed incredible dominance that left his rivals speechless. This result marked his fourth consecutive victory this season, solidifying his position at the top of the standings and a strong contender for a ninth world championship. Why are Márquez's rivals struggling to put up a fight at the 2025 German GP? Let's discuss. From the moment the starting lights went on at the Sachsenring, the main race of the 2025 German MotoGP turned into a one-act play, and the main character was none other than Marc Márquez. With a near-perfect start, Márquez locked in the lead at the first corner and never looked back. No rider was able to truly approach, let alone overtake him. His rivals were hypnotized by his racing rhythm, consistency, and measured aggression. There was no intense duel, no overtaking drama that usually stirs up a frenzy of excitement. All there was Marc Márquez writing and acting out the race script with almost bewildering perfection. It was as if the entire track belonged to him, and everyone else was just a supporting character in his triumphant tale in the Ducati garage. CEO Claudio Dominicali couldn't hide his smile, standing upright with his eyes glued to the monitor. He nodded repeatedly and grinned broadly, watching as the baby alien conquered each corner of the Sachsenring with stunning grace and precision. Today wasn't just about speed, it was a lesson in the maturity of a true champion, Dominicali said after the race. Márquez controlled the pace, read the track, and executed the strategy with absolute precision. Between man and machine, there was a harmony that was difficult for anyone to replicate. While Sunday's main race was a showcase of total domination, Saturday's sprint race revealed Marc Márquez's true character. Starting from the front should have given him an advantage, but a minor technical problem at the first corner caused him to veer off course. Within seconds, he dropped to 6th place. It was a surprising start, but not the end of the story. Márquez didn't panic. Like a fighter spurred on by a setback, he began to show his class. Lap after lap, he became increasingly ferocious and precise. One by one, he dispatched his rivals, including an intense near-contact battle with two Fabios, Di Giannantonio and Quartararo, who refused to give up easily. Márquez remained calm, reading the gaps and capitalizing on every opportunity. The climax came on the final lap. At turn Scherer, Márquez executed a remarkable maneuver, passing Marco Bezzecchi on the inside with near-perfect timing. The crowd cheered, and in the paddock, the entire Ducati crew jumped for joy. Even Claudio Dominicali, who had looked tense from the start, finally revealed a broad smile of relief. This victory wasn't just about speed. It was about heart, nerves of steel, and the instincts of a true rider, said a Ducati staff member, patting his teammate on the shoulder, an expression that embodied the spirit of the entire team that day. Despite ultimately sweeping the podium, Márquez's weekend in Germany wasn't all smooth sailing. In free practice, he was disappointed by Fabio Di Giannantonio's clever tactic of using a slipstream to displace him from the top spot, with a time of 1 minute and 19.071 seconds. Di Giannantonio overtook Márquez's best lap time, which he had held for nearly 40 minutes. Ducati was clearly disappointed, but, according to regulations, the action was legal. "We can't complain to race direction, but it feels like it was stolen at the last corner," said a Ducati technician bitterly. However, Márquez responded with a cool head. He knew the real race was Sunday, and that was the day he would prove who deserved to be at the top. Marc Márquez has once again become the center of attention in MotoGP, thanks to his extraordinary ability to tame the Ducati Desmosedici GP25. A motorcycle known for being wild, powerful, and difficult to control, even for world champion Pecco. The bike is often called a beast on the track, but in Márquez's hands, the GP25 transforms into a precision tool. He rides it not as if he's conquering something, but rather as if the bike were a natural extension of his body and instincts. Andrea Dovizioso, Márquez's former fierce rival who knows the tough nature of the Ducati well, didn't hesitate to praise. He called the combination of Márquez and the GP25 the most lethal weapon on the current MotoGP grid. In an interview, Dovizioso added, "I haven't seen a rider-machine combination like this in recent years, even when Ducati won with Stoner. It didn't feel this intuitive." Marquez makes it look easy. His ability to connect with the bike, read tire grip, maintain stability under extreme braking, and accelerate out of corners with precision makes every lap a work of art. Marc Márquez's victory at the German Grand Prix added to his long list of absolute dominance throughout the 2025 season. After starting the season with brilliant performances in Qatar, winning both the sprint and main races, Marquez faced obstacles in the Americas and European rounds, failing to reach the top step of the podium. However, since returning to the Aragon circuit, the 8-time world champion has seemingly switched to invincible mode. Marquez swept 3 consecutive rounds at Aragon, Mugello, and Assen. Now, the Sachsenring is the 4th venue where he has earned a full 37 points in a single weekend, winning both the sprint race and the main race in dominant fashion. This is not just consistency, it's a statement of technical and mental superiority that's difficult to deny. In the 10 rounds held so far, Marquez has won 6 main races and 6 sprint races, a record that will be daunting for anyone trying to match, with a 68-point lead over his closest rival in the standings and only 2 races left before the mid-season finale. Many believe that Marquez's 9th world title is inevitable. Given his sharp performance, the big question arises: who can stop Marc Márquez? KTM is inconsistent despite showing potential. Yamaha is still in a transitional phase, and fellow Ducati riders like Francesco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin seem unable to match Marquez's racing intelligence, predatory instincts, and stamina. Marquez is not only fast, but he also looks like a MotoGP grandmaster, always 3 steps ahead of his opponents. Every corner and braking moment seems planned long before the race begins. Interestingly, Marquez himself never seems overly emotional. In Parc Ferme, he arrives with a calm smile, celebrating modestly. There are no theatrical gestures, just the body language of a true champion. The Sachsenring has always suited my style, but this year, everything came together naturally. The bike is incredible, and the team is working perfectly, he said modestly, as if the victory came effortlessly. Beneath his almost icy composure, however, the world knows one thing for certain: Marc Márquez isn't just returning to his winning ways. He's establishing a new dynasty. The 2025 Sachsenring will be remembered not only as a place of victory, but also as a magnificent stage where a living legend proved that age, injury, mental stress are no match for his ambition and genius. On this historic track, Marquez once again demonstrated his exceptional talent as a rider, a warrior, undaunted by physical limitations or public expectations. This wasn't just another victory. It was a powerful statement that the king is not finished yet, and his throne remains strong amid the onslaught of a new generation. How much does this victory strengthen Marquez's chances of winning a 9th world title? Let us know your thoughts below.